I have a question for y'all. Did you guys believe the same myth that autoflowers are faster than photoperiods? Me too. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Autoflowers, where we talk everything from cultivation, germination, everything to do with the plant, and more. And today, we're going to be talking about why autoflowers are not faster than photoperiods. Contrary to popular belief, autoflowers do not take a quarter of the time that photoperiods do. And as someone who grew autos for a very long time, primarily from the very beginning of my growing career, I can tell you that as soon as I started growing photoperiods, I was blown away that I was able to harvest within 90 days from seed. Now you might be wondering, how am I harvesting 90 days from seed? Well, to be honest, with auto pots and the auto watering system that I have going on, I don't really feel like I need to veg for that long. I'm usually 25 to 30 days at most, if that, and then I'm triggering the flower and we're off to the races. And so I've noticed from that point, especially the cultivars that I'm choosing, the flowering times aren't super long, and so I'm getting to that point of where I'm able to harvest where I like it, and it's usually within that 80 to 90 day period, kind of like my Autoflowers. And I noticed that with Autoflowers, a lot of them can be kind of advertised to be 60 days, 70 days, and it's seldom where I've had an autoflower where I can properly harvest it at the 70-day point. Usually you have to go a little bit longer than that, normally a couple weeks. 84 out the door, they have that saying for a reason. But autoflowers are not super quick like how they advertise it to be. It's kind of like false advertising in my opinion. Photoperiods really open up the doors for you to be able to try different flavors, try new things, especially if you thought that you need to, veg out a photoperiod 2-3 months or whatever it is to get the yield that you might get from an autoflower. It's completely backwards. You don't really need to do that. Autoflowers, in my opinion, are more of a novelty. Mind you, there are flavors and other things that I do like about autoflowers, and there are benefits to it. For example, if you are in a situation where you can't avoid light leaks and things of that nature, having autoflowers is a huge game changer. With photoperiods, if you're prone to light leaks, you're gonna be dealing with things like potential herms and just other situations that you might deal with regarding the plant and how it's affected by those leaks. With autoflowers, you don't really need to deal with that. You can have light leaks all you want in, day out, and you're not going to really notice anything in terms of herms or not. That's going to be more so coming from the genetics or potential stress that you might be giving to the plant. But light leaks, no. And so autoflowers are great for that. Another reason to grow autos is if you're going to want to grow within a certain period of time. And I will say up front that there are a lot of photo to auto conversions that have happened. Mephisto does a great job at doing those. There's a few other companies like Twisted Tree Genetics that are great with them. It's just they're not always going to be the exact same as your photoperiod parent. I've tried a lot of OG autos that just have really missed the mark in terms of being a proper OG. There's only one that I've ever tried. It was a Three Bears crossed with Sam OG by Mephisto Genetics, and that one was fantastic. But again, it was one phenotype out of like 5 of them that I grew that really was like a proper OG. And lo and behold, it's an auto, so I wasn't able to lock it down and keep mother and everything else that comes along with it. So yet another advantage to having a photoperiod. But I do understand why autos do have their applications and why certain people really do like having autos around. I just want to make sure I get the point across where autos are not faster than photoperiods by any means. You can easily take a photo from seed to harvest within 90 days, and it's kind of the same thing with an autoflower. For those who grow autoflowers because you thought that it's taking a quarter of the time as opposed to a photoperiod, try a photoperiod out, especially if you have something like an auto watering system. You can quickly go through veg and get the results that you're looking for, quickly get into flowering and get some different flavors that you might not be able to get from autoflowers, and you'll be able to explore that and more. Really opens up and develops your experience as a grower. And ever since I've started growing photoperiods and knowing that I can take it from seed to harvest in that same period of time that you can take an autoflower, it's been game changing. And so I really want people to open up their minds to that, especially if you're a beginner and you're starting out and you're like, oh, autoflowers are the way to go. they are not the way to go for beginners. Go with photoperiod, especially if you can control those light leaks, get a quality grow tent. Even if you're in an open space where there's sunlight, if you have a quality tent with quality material, you shouldn't have to worry about light leaks. And if you do, then growing autos can be great. But the main point that I want to get across is that they're not faster. They're the same amount of time. They take the same amount of time to develop. Even ones that are advertised to be like 60-70 day autos, they're not really 60-70 day autos. You might get really close to that harvest window, but you're gonna need at least another couple of weeks. 84 out the door is a saying for a reason. 91 days, 91 and it's done, that's another saying. And you really need to normally take it within 85 to 90 days for an auto to be fully complete, for that maturation and that development to be fully done, so that you can experience that cultivar for everything it has to offer. Now, if you like content like this and you're just starting out, I'm gonna be covering a ton of more bases. I've been growing for a few years now. It's actually coming on to be like 5-6 years. I've learned a lot throughout my experience. I haven't been doing it forever. I know there's a ton of people on here who have been doing it for like 30-40 years. I'm just here to offer whatever I have to offer in the experience that I have. I'd love to hear about your experience and what works for you. What do you think? What is your experience with photoperiod? How do you like them compared to autoflowers? What do you think about the duration that it takes? Do you also feel that you've been duped by the marketing of autoflowers taking a quarter of the time that photoperiod do? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you love content like this, commenting, liking, subscribing mean the world to me. Really appreciate you guys. Hope you have a good one. Peace.